Hey, I'm live. Now I've got to make sure I'm live on all platforms. You just got to do the little due diligence to make sure that one is live on all of the platforms. Because sometimes the only issue that I have is that live. Okay, I'm
Now I've
live.
got to make sure I'm live on all platforms.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure because sometimes what tends to happen, the way it works, it just doesn't. Okay, let's come up. Oh, I tried to. Make sure we're live. Make sure that we're live. Make sure that we're live. Okay, we're good. Okay. Okay, good. Hey, Emma.
The way it works, just
Good. Just want to make sure that we are live. Give me a minute. Okay, we are live. Okay, so giving people some time to come on in. Come on in. There's 4 people in. Hello. Let me know who's watching. Let me know who is watching. Once I get a sense of who's watching, and then I'm going to start. I'm going to begin. Such an exciting topic today. AI won't replace your brand, but it will build it. AI won't replace your brand, but it will build it. Let me know right in the chat who you are, where you talking from. People are slowly coming in. So let me know who is here. And then we're going to begin. So exciting. So what we're going to do today is probably going to use the hour. Not going to go too long. Like I've been doing these 2 to 3 hour stretches, right? So I'm going to be on for about an hour. And what we're going to do is just show you how you can train AI in your voice so that it can spit out content for you that sounds like you, that doesn't sound generic, that sounds like a human being, because that is what makes AI powerful. There are 2 sides. There are people that feel like AI is slop and AI is making people dumb and stupid. I don't know. I can't talk for that. AI has actually made me smarter. Like, honestly, AI has made me incredibly smarter. So I can't really talk for anybody else. I think it's, hey, Dr. Phoenix. Hey, Lakeisha. Hey, Kiki. Hey, coming from Raleigh. Hey, Marilyn. This is what I'm talking about. Hey, Lene from Massachusetts. Thank you for your name because it comes up as LinkedIn user. Hey. Okay, good. I want to make sure people are here. So let's start. So hi, I'm Ngozi. For those that don't know me, I'm a social worker and psychotherapist, and I help Black women, particularly, and also those from marginalized backgrounds, leverage AI, building their personal brands on LinkedIn. So LinkedIn, if you don't know, is a platform. It's actually not a social networking platform, but it has that's a layer on top. But LinkedIn, positioned properly on LinkedIn, you can make millions and you can make multiple 6 figures like I have. Being an expert in your particular niche and selling services or products to your ideal customer. Yeah, so I teach Black women specifically, and then anyone who allies with my ethos. So whether you're a white woman or a Black man or a brown woman, brown man, if you are, if you believe that and you're okay with me centralizing Black women, but you know you can also benefit from everything that I teach, then I'm more than happy to work with you. Okay. So I have a 16-week program, 16 weeks, because LinkedIn is not a short-term game, it's a long-term game, okay? And I literally help my clients build LinkedIn as a machine. 'Cause LinkedIn is a machine. You know, you can go on LinkedIn and just see as posts that you like, and then you jump off and go about your day, or you can use LinkedIn to literally make bank and also make real connections. I've made some amazing people. One of my closest friends came from LinkedIn. So you can make amazing connections on LinkedIn that also turn into money. You know, collaborations turn into money, mutual beneficial collaborations, okay, turn into money, connections turn into money, they turn into currency, they turn into impact, okay? So take a look at the program. I always forget, I should have told my team I'm coming on link labs. They're gonna go, oh my god, why didn't you tell me? So what I'm going to do is we get an opportunity again just to take a picture of the link. I'm just going to share the screen for a quick second, and then you can look at it. The price is there. So the good thing about this program is you don't have to find out the price. The price is there, right? So I always tell people, what is the cost of invisibility? More likely, the cost that you will pay for the program that you can pay spread out is less than the cost you are paying right now to be invisible, to not having a brand that you know should be attracting clients magnetically, if that's the word. Okay, that's the truth of the matter. Yeah, that is the truth of the matter. There are people that you know you are called to serve, and your brand is not out there. Okay, right? You're the best kept secret in your industry, and people need to know who you are to give you the money, right? And one of the really amazing things about what I teach is how to utilize AI for your benefit, how to leverage AI to save you more time. Doesn't replace your skill, but what it does do, it enables you and I to do things in a shorter space of time, right? And it does supply some of the weaknesses that we have. Okay, so areas that I'm not good at, graphics, and AI has enabled me to create amazing graphics that you guys have seen on my LinkedIn, because I can't do that on Canva, but with AI I can do that. However, if you come already with graphic design background, your utilization of AI when it comes to graphics is going to be even better than myself. So AI amplifies what you already are good at. If you are mediocre in an area, it will truly only amplify mediocrity. Okay, so people complaining about AI slop is because people are just amplifying mediocrity. But if you are good at a specific thing or got a natural talent in a specific thing, AI can amplify it. So because I'm good at storytelling, it amplifies it in my films, my AI films. However, somebody who comes from a film background or an actual animator background is going to do far better with AI films than I would in terms of the quality, because that's already their skill. However, you can create an amazing AI film, but if you don't know how to market it, no one's going to watch it. Okay, so I think it's important to make mention of that. Every single day on this platform, people are complaining about AI, but it's because they're complaining at the generic use of AI rather than the intentional use of AI. When you use it intentionally, no one can tell me, no one's complaining about my use of AI. Yeah, no one complains about that because I use it intentionally and I use it well. People only complain when they feel like it's generic. Yeah, they feel like it's generic. So that is really, really important. So now, if you are a ChatGPT user, I am, but if you only use ChatGPT, then you're at the very lowest level of utilizing AI. And that's probably why, if you have used LinkedIn to create blogs, to create any type of content, you might be slightly getting frustrated with it because it's not producing the output that you know meets your quality, or the output that reflects the quality of content you can produce. Okay, so put in the chat if you're using ChatGPT and you're slightly frustrated with the output, and or put in the chat as well if you are using Claude, but you're using Claude Chat, because I'm actually going to be showing you co-work. Yeah, Cowork is a desktop app of Claude, so it's all part of Anthropic. It's all part of Claude. I have not used chat in months. Yeah, chat just is you having a conversation with an AI chatbot, but Cowork is a bit more agentic. It's able to connect with tools outside of Claude and bring things in. So Claude Cowork is really good for people like you and I who are not coders, who are not technical. I use Claude Code now as well, but people that predominantly use Claude Code are software developers, people who are more technical. So for the non-technical folk, Claude Cowork is the perfect mix, right? You can create amazing LinkedIn posts, amazing blog posts, amazing content on Claude Cowork because it connects with other tools that you use. So Canva, it connects with so many tools you can think of to really help you in your business. So I'm going to show you one of the first things you need to do when you download Claude. So for you, I'm not going to show that. It's very simple. Go to Claude. Yeah, ChatGPT is definitely Bay, but I've broken up with ChatGPT for a while. But I'm a breakup at the moment because ChatGPT is not giving. Oh, the pictures. So, as funny enough, I'm going to show you how to do AI images. Okay. So let's begin. So for Claude Code, so for Claude Cowork, you have to use it on the desktop app. You can't use it on the online web app. Okay. So if you're using Claude Chat, that is so 6 months ago. You know what I'm saying? You gotta come now. And look, AI is moving very fast. Throat is dry. AI is moving incredibly fast. So I am not here to make you feel overwhelmed with the amount of tools. That's one of the reasons why when you work with me, you will be abreast of the not only up to date with AI, but what's also important to understand about AI. So for example, I have not used ChatGPT in many months, but began to use it again for images because for some reason it's even beaten Nano Banana from Google Gemini, who up until last month was reigning as the king of AI images. Now ChatGPT has surpassed it. So you got to understand that a lot of these platforms are just competing with each other. So for a couple of months, everyone's talking about Nano Banana, Gemini. Then ChatGPT comes, we talk about ChatGPT 2, and then Grok comes, and then so and so comes. So it's just important to recognize that they're all competing for our attention, really and truly. So you use different tools for different things. So I have not used ChatGPT for LinkedIn posts for probably this year. I've been using Claude for a very long time now. Okay, so let's say you downloaded Claude. Yeah, so this is something you can do in the after. So you don't download it from like your app store. You download it from the actual internet. So when you go Claude, or you just write Claude Desktop, and then if you've got a Windows or you've got Apple, then you download the appropriate one, and then you have it on your desktop. Okay, so when you first get it, yours is going to be blank, right? Yours is going to be completely blank. I'm just gonna put that there, share screen. So I'm looking for Claude. Okay, right. So what I'm creating is what we call a skill, right? And okay, so this is what I'm showing you. This is how Claude is. Claude on your desktop, yeah. We're showing you Claude on your desktop, yeah. It shows up right here. Okay. So let me stop sharing for a second. So I think it showed, yeah. Just checking that it showed. So what is a skill? So what I'm going to be showing you what to do, and I'll also put it in the chat. You can copy this exactly and do the same thing. Is we are going to be creating a brand voice skill. Okay. And the thing about AI is that AI has millions and millions and millions of data sets in that. And if you use a AI tool like Claude without setting its parameters, it will give you AI slop. And if you want to use your AI tool for content and to create content that fits your brand vision, your mission, the way, the style, the cadence of how you speak and how you talk, right? When you even read it yourself, you're like, girl, Shanae, okay. Like when you read it, it's like, how are you in my head? That's kind of what I would say, right? You have to create what we call a skill. It's a set of instructions, essentially. And these set of instructions, when you create a particular skill, so for example, you might create a skill in how to write newsletters, you might create a skill in how to respond to emails, you might create a skill in how to write LinkedIn posts, you might create a skill in, how to give you a YouTube script. Like literally, you can create a skill for any specific task that you do repeatedly, right? Rather than constantly creating new chats, you create a skill, has the set instructions in there, and it will be then consistent in the output it gives you, right? So when we are creating this brand voice skill, what we're trying to do and explain to Claude is so that AI doesn't just produce anything and everything for you, right? It will specifically understand the ideal client persona, your background, the values that you have for your brand, the type of style and cadence and tone in the way you write, right? It will create that for you and then begin to produce the correct outputs depending on what you give it, right? So, what we're not doing and what I'm not advocating for is when you create this skill, you just say, help me to write a post on why the event industry is racist. No, what you do is you give it something. You might talk to it, right? And you give it what you need to give it, and then it will feed you, it will explain to you why if the event industry is racist based on the skill that it has and what you've given it. So then you know that that's what you are saying, right? It is your voice, is what you're saying, it's just writing it for you. Anyone that's got dyslexia understands when they've been dealing with these programs for a long time, like Dragon and whatever, it helps write for you grammarly. It just helps make sure that the grammar is well. It's the exact same thing if you train AI on your voice. If you don't do it and you just ask it to create you content, then it's going to be generic, it's going to be bland, and it's going to be very impersonal. Okay. So one of the most important things that you should do when you open Cowork is tell Cowork, yeah, you call it the MD file, who you are. Who is Keisha? Who is Marilyn? Who are you? Let her understand who you are. Who is Dr. Phoenix? Right? When you do that, it can pull in. Like if you know the amount of information I have given co-work about myself, and obviously be comfortable with what you want to give it, but the amount of information I've given it to really understand who I am. So when I produce any type of content, it understands intricately the type of person I'm speaking to and the information that I'm giving it. Okay. So let me show you what you could do, right? Is the demo. So I'm going to show you how you create it, and then let's see if I can give you an example. It just depends. Any questions, put it in the chat. Right, I like to interact with people. Why is Claude my go-to? Because I feel like it is, honestly, Claude, truthfully, is personally, for the reason why I've not used ChatGPT in a long time is just I feel like Claude is much more comprehensive. Claude's got a bigger memory space for me, so I can give it more information. It's feels like a little bit more agentic for me. Like ChatGPT probably does the same thing, but ChatGPT isn't producing the quality output that it was once producing for me. So that's the reason why. Like I used to spring back and forth between Claude and AI, and I've just stayed. I will not betray ChatGPT because ChatGPT is the GOAT. But for most of my business now, it runs primarily on Claude. I feel like it's more effective. It understands me better. The skill, like, are so powerful. So when you create a skill, like if you write emails Like if I haven't done a skill on this, but actually, if I had a way that I respond to emails, for example, once I get it to help me write an email, I will create a skill about it. And then when you see what it does for you, you're like, rah, ChatGPT could never. Exactly. Claude writes so well. Claude writes so well. If you've ever engaged with my stuff, Alfred, then you're seeing Claude in action. Yeah, this is what I do. I think I might show it to you. Right? Okay, I want to give people some time. Yeah, I want someone to give me a post. So write something as a comment. Right, give me enough information. Something I would want to talk about. Right, I may or may not post it, but give me something. Yeah, and then I'm going to copy and paste that, and then I'm going to put that into Claude. Right, and you're going to see what it does for me and why I right now prefer it over ChatGPT. Look, I'm not married to any tool. I use it for its benefit. So if Claude begins to do whatever to me, like just doesn't do what it needs to do, I will then move to ChatGPT again. Like, do you see what I'm trying to say? I'm not married. I'm not creating these tools. I'm here to use it to help my life easier and to help me make money. That's it. I'm not here married. You know what I'm trying to say? Okay, so this is the prompt that I've given it, right? And I'm going to put this prompt in the chat. I want to create a new skill called brand voice. Obviously, you will take the demo out. This is just a demo because I've already created my brand voice, okay? So I'm just showing you. This skill will define my personal brand voice so that every time I ask you to write content, it sounds like me, not like a generic AI. So what I'm going to give you is my website copy, my LinkedIn profile, and some examples of my writing. And then from these, I want you to extract my voice, how I write, who I write for, my tone, my cadence, the words I use, the words I never use, and turn it into a skill file I can use every time. Ready? So if I pasted that in, for example, what it would do is you see, it's telling me already. So it's now it's asking me for this, okay? So I'm going to just show you YouTube. I'm not actually going to do it just because of time as well, okay? So let me, so what I would do, for example, is I would copy and paste my website. I'll copy and paste anywhere where I've talked about myself, for example, yeah. I will go onto LinkedIn. I'll go into LinkedIn and I will download my LinkedIn. So I'll download it, right? And then I've also got LinkedIn. So I sometimes put my LinkedIn. Okay, so I'm just looking in the screen just to make sure. I will. I've got my posts. So sometimes I put my posts. I've got a document of my post, right, of previous posts that done really, really well, right? And I'll upload my post into that chat that you saw, that co-work session. It's not chat, it's a co-work session. And then it will produce the skill. It will ask me some questions. Yeah, it will ask me some questions and then it will produce the skill. And then that skill, if you've ever used a custom GPT, you never know what a custom GPT is, right? No, but this is the best way to say it. A skill is a specific instruction to your AI tool to do one specific task for you and to do it really well based on your direction, based on your knowledge. So if you are an expert in voice coaching, right, you can create a skill in the different aspects of voice coaching so your clients can have you in a skill. Yeah, Claude builds skills. I guess it's another way of saying custom GPTs. Yeah, is custom instructions for a specific thing. So if you've got a way, like if you, I don't know, if I'm trying to think of an example, give me an example. So which is the best AI platform for business coaches? Hi, Veronica. That's quite a broad statement. So it depends on what you are doing. So I'm a business coach, right? So I use ChatGPT, I use Claude. Claude I use predominantly. So I use Code and I use Co-work. I haven't used Chat in a very long time. Chat now is kind of redundant. chat is just me chatting back and forth, right? So Claude Cowork is really powering my business. Yeah. It Claude connected with Notion is powering my business right now. So I would say Claude is probably the best platform right now, but it depends on what you're using. I'm going to show you ChatGPT with images. Okay. I'm going to show you ChatGPT in it. So I did ask somebody if somebody can give me something to talk about, and I can show you exactly how my brand voice works in action. So I didn't show you everything just because it's quite simple. You take all of the information about yourself that you have, you input it into the co-work session. Yeah, you input it into the co-work session, and then it will create that skill. And then whenever you are creating content, so depending on the content you're creating, are you creating a Substack, right? You can create a Substack skill. If you create Substacks and your Substacks do really, really well, you can then create a skill in how to create a Substack. You can create a skill in how to do research, right? I'm a doctoral researcher. You can create a skill in how to do research. You can create a skill in how to respond to LinkedIn DMs. You can do a skill in how to create a script. You can create a skill in anything. Oh, Veronica, me too. I do some executive coaching. I help black women leaders. Yeah, you can create a skill into how to write reports. You can create a skill. I've made skills and create how to write mental health reports. You can create a skill in how to create executive. Yeah. If you've got a framework, you can turn your framework into a skill. Yeah, you can turn a framework into a skill. You can turn a framework into an app. Some of you have used my app that I've created. I create apps on all of my methodologies, right? Sometimes I give it to my clients, and then I give it outside to people. Okay, Veronica, nice to meet you. I think it's the first time I'm seeing your face, Veronica. So we should definitely start talking in the DMs. Yeah. So I'll say Claude. Okay. Claude is going to power your business. Okay, cool. Okay. So you're gonna watch me, okay? Cool. So you're gonna watch me do something. So give me a second. I'm gonna create a post. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna create a post here. Um okay, so next post I create. So we're going to create a post here. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna show you, yes. So I'm gonna show you quickly. So we're gonna do, okay. So you're gonna just watch how I do things, yeah? So I'm using Whisper. So I want you to do a post. I want you to give me a image prompt that goes with it. So um, since the administration, February 2025, I believe, 600,000 black women have been pushed out of the economy. 600,000 black women. Now, we don't have the same statistics here in the UK, but I know that the gov.uk has shown since 2022 that black women employment rate is at 8%. Yeah, that's 8%. It's 2% higher than black men. Yeah. So these are economically active black women who are able to work but are not getting jobs, right? They are able to work, but they're not able to get jobs, right? That's about, I think it was about 53,000 black women unemployed in England, Scotland, and Wales. This is absolutely tragic, right? And if we have 600,000 black women being pushed out, that is probably over 1.5 million mouths to feed, because they'll have kids, they'll have dependence upon them. The same in the UK. At 53,000, probably double that because that's kids. Those are partners. There's more than just the black women that are affected. And why AI for me is important is because AI democratizes access for us as black women, as black people, to create generational wealth. We no longer have to seek permission. We no longer have to seek massive capital to start a business. We can begin an idea on a Monday and have a product out by Friday. That is what AI does. AI accelerates the speed in which we get to the market easier and earlier so that we can determine if this idea can even be monetizable. Right? The quicker we get our ideas out there and know which idea is going to make us money, the better. But before you have an idea, you create a business plan, months, and testing it and checking and researching. By the time you launch this, you've given your blood, sweat, and tears for 6 months to find out that actually it's not really monetizable. It's so demoralizing. Whereas you can find that out within weeks, and you pivot and pivot and pivot until you find the thing that the market really needs and wants. Yeah. I always say this. 3 years ago, I invested over £100,000 on a mental health app. If this was done today in 2026, it would cost me no less than £500. And then I would be purely in profit. Whereas 100K, where it didn't go down the drain, but I didn't get that money back within a year. My mom invested in a business, so much time and effort because I had to spend 40 plus thousand on an app because I had to get software developers. Now, to have my minimum viable product, I would not need software developers yet. I'll be able to create something into the market and actually see if it has traction. So when I talk about AI being the great leveler, I really mean that. Okay. So you're seeing me talk to it, right? So anyone that works with me knows that's what I do. I chat. So you can see it's running the skill. Yeah, it's running the skill. You can see that here. It's running the skill and it's thinking deeply. So it's running the skill, loading the tools, searching the web. It's searching the web to maybe verify certain things that I've said. You see what it's doing? Trump's era, the reality of being one of 600,000, to be black 5 ways, federal job cuts, 300,000 black. Woo, look at that. Unemployment, yes. Stats verified. 600,000 figure is backed by the word in black, and the UK's 8% figures aligns with the Irwin Tuck there. Now let me write this post and the image prompts, right? Because this is actually what I call a plugin. So I have about 6 skills in this co-work session. So you can have 1 skill, you can have 6 skills, you can have multiple skills working together. So when I write a post, it gives me an image prompt. So I will take from that prompt and then I will create an image. So rather than copy and pasting the prompt and then putting it into a new co-work session to create image prompt, it would do it at the same time. I can't bother. I'll just give it anything right now. So it's asking me about my brand colors. I've given it anything at the moment because I couldn't be bothered. So what you will see that it does take a little bit longer. It's not necessarily as quick as maybe ChatGPT is. I don't know, right? It can take a couple of minutes, but it's much more effective. The quality is much better and stronger. I'm going to look at your comments in a sec. Okay, as it's doing that, let me go to your comments. Stop sharing. Thank you, LinkedIn. I hate when it does that. LinkedIn. Let me see the comments if I can see. Oh, Melody. Okay, Melody. Thank you, Melody. Oh, thank you, Lene. Yes, Lene. I appreciate that. Melody. I appreciate that. because it says LinkedIn user. So we're waiting to see the thing. Any questions? Okay, it's done now, so it doesn't take long. So when you really think about it, probably that was just about 2 minutes. It wasn't even that long, right? You know, sometimes we get what's the word spot with one things like in 10 seconds. So this is the image prompt. Yeah, this is the image prompt. If I put this, it will create something for me. I'll even show you so you can just see. So 600,000 black women have been pushed out of the US economy since February 2025. 600,000. Right? So these are things what I've said. This is the things what I've said. So I'll read it and I'll be like, okay, cool, I like it, but actually we need to do X, we need to do Y, we need to do Z, right? It puts my CTA already in there, but you can see it's giving me a post. And to be fair, this is a good post. This is a good post. The only thing I got to check is that I got to check the stat because I memorized my TEDx talk, but that was now like 2 months ago. So I think it is 53,000. So got to make sure about that. I know it is 8%. So just making sure the stats are correct. Yeah, but this is basically, if you read it, it basically said what I said. It's basically said what I said. It hasn't really added. This is the post that I created. Now, obviously, I've trained this plugin. It's called a plugin. I've trained this plugin on more than what I've just showed you. But the point is that then it's also giving me a image prompt, right? Let me try it in ChatGPT. Let's see if ChatGPT can create something. I don't use ChatGPT for it, but let's see if it will create. I'm not sure. Let us go to ChatGPT. Open up another ChatGPT and let's just paste it in and see what it creates. Okay, so I want to show you AI images. I created these yesterday. You can see. All right, it's creative. The reason why this is important is because the truth of the matter is, let's see what it's doing. Sketching it out. The truth of the matter is, yeah, with LinkedIn, images is important because people are visual, right? People are not only are people visual, people connect with people, yeah, and you're using real estate, so you want to ensure that your posts are attached with some sort of images. We can talk about all day, every day, and obviously those that are in my program, I will be letting them know the up to date of what they should be posting, right? Because there's always changing on LinkedIn streets, the type of things that you need to post to connect to people. But on the basic level, you got to post yourself, right? Now, the good thing about LinkedIn, it's not like TikTok or Instagram, but you got to dance or you got to talk on camera all the time, right? Although you should be doing some lives. If you ain't doing lives, you better be doing some lives. But you can post images of yourself. Now, if you're like me, I don't take many pictures. Believe it or not, I just don't take a lot of pictures. I'm just not that person inclined. Now, do I take pictures? Yes. I just don't take a lot of pictures. So even thankfully, before today's session, I took pictures. I was like, well, I'm wearing makeup. Let me take some pictures. But the several lives I've done of recent with makeup, I forgot to take any pictures because I just don't think about things like that. Well, with AI, the good thing about that is that when I do take pictures, for example, I've taken some pictures today, I can change my top. So I can have pictures endlessly now. There was a period of time before AI stuff, it was stressful because I didn't have enough pictures. I'm bored of these pictures. I'm using the same pictures over and over again, right? Because I used to do photo shoots, right? Pay thousands of pounds on photo shoots. And after a while, I was like, how many times can I use the same photo shoot pictures? Yeah. So you don't need money. You can use 5 to 10 images and then literally recreate these looks with AI. That's the point that I'm making. Especially for the old school folks that are like, I ain't got pictures since like 5 years ago. Right? You're like, I ain't got any pictures, right? You can now recreate. Okay. So I'm going to show you, I'm going to put these prompts. So let me, before I forget, let me do it now. Let me give you the prompt to create your, to create your skill. Okay. I'm going to put that in the chat. So you can use that. Put that in the chat. I hope it comes out. Does it come up? Doesn't come up in all channels. That's the only thing. Doesn't come up in all channels. So hold on a minute. Let me see if I can paste it in the comments. Prompts. I've added it in the chat. Okay. I've added it in the chat. So hopefully you can see that. Yeah, so I've added that in the chat on LinkedIn. Okay. So I've put the prompt in so you can use that, and I'm putting all of the other ones as well. So that's if you're gonna paste your picture, paste your website, etc. Okay. So you guys can just literally copy that exactly. So I put it in the chat. And I'm putting the LinkedIn. So you download your LinkedIn profile. It works if your LinkedIn profile is clear. So remember, if your LinkedIn profile is clear, then it's going to work, right? If your LinkedIn profile is not clear, then there's not really going to derive enough information from it. So I'm posting the entire prompt there. Fabulous. So you've got all of the prompts. Go to what I've posted. You've got all of the prompts, and then you can use that and create your brand voice. It's in the chat on the LinkedIn, so you can just go to the LinkedIn and see my comments that I've put in. Yeah, Ife, can you see it now? Okay. I've done that for us. So I'm also going to give you the prompt for the images that I've created as well. Okay. I should have put in the Google Doc actually. Maybe what I'll do is I'll put in a quickly Google Doc and I'll open it. And I will, that's what I'll probably do. Okay, that's what I'll do. It's not populating. What I'll probably do, guys, is I'll create quickly Google Doc, open it wide, and I'll put that as a link straight after the chat. So that's okay. Yeah, is that easier? Let me know. Let me know if that makes sense, and then I'll do that. So let me share my screen because it won't take me long to do it in 5 minutes. But let me do all of this stuff, and as we're talking, I can create that and then put the link and make sure everyone gets it as well. And I can just make sure you guys get that thing. Okay, so what are we looking at? We're looking at the. So I don't know if this is what I wanted it to be created. I have no idea. But I was put left side of the resume. So yeah, ChatGPT ain't good at that right now. So it didn't do well on that using that. Let me use Manus, and I'm gonna do that and see what it creates for me. Yeah, I'm gonna see what it creates for me. So I typically use Manus, so we'll see what it creates. So now with images, so the images here that you can see, I'm only going to do two, right? So say keep this woman's exact face, features, locks, hair, smile, change the outfit to a tailored blazer, place her professional conference stage, blah blah blah. Right? I'm going to paste that in. So I'm also gonna give you guys these prompts as well. Keep this woman's exact face, features, locks, hairstyle, smile, change the outfit to an emerald green silk blouse, right? So I think was I doing that? I was just trying to show you what I was doing the other day. So I was doing this yesterday, so you can just see some of the images, yeah? So these are some of the images that came out that I quite like. That you might just see this. You might just see this on a post. Yeah, you might see this, or I will take the background off on Canva. Yeah, can take the background off on Canva and use the image itself. Because obviously some of these are just block. Like I don't know what I would do with the background. Right, this is a good background, and this is a nice background. But these three, I might just take the background off on Canva. Okay, so you could obviously ask it to put you in different environments as well, so you can post. So you can see this image that's been created, and this image that's been created, right? So the simple thing is giving you the ability to replicate yourself without having to do photo shoots. You might still want to do a photo shoot, that's completely fine. But you might be like, I have not got the funds to pay for a photo shoot. So let me quickly create professional looking AI images for my profile picture or for posts, right? Or for post itself. Because not everybody takes a lot of pictures. I don't take a lot of pictures. When I leave my house, the last time I took a picture of myself, other than today, let me even see. So I can even show you. I can look on my phone when the last time I took pictures other than today, right? Some people take pictures every single day. Today is the 21st of May. The last time I took a proper picture that I could actually post, yeah, was the 2nd of May. Maybe that wasn't long for some people, but that's long. And then before the 2nd of May, I wouldn't post these pictures though. Oh, okay, the 23rd of April. So the 23rd of April, then the 2nd of May, then the 17th of May, or no, 18th of May. What's today? 21st of May. Now, some people are like, oh, that's a lot. But for most people, some people take pictures every day. Other people take pictures every single day. They take pictures every day. So they've got a plethora of images to play with, where I don't. I can go a whole month without taking any pictures, right? And and the reason why that's important. So am I still sorry for that? Am I sharing? The reason why that's important is that having a different, just having different images is nice, right? There's nothing wrong with posting the same image. I see some people post the same few images. You use what you have, but naturally you want to be like, I don't want to post that image. Same way you wouldn't want to wear the same outfit to every day at the event. Other than hygiene, you want to be different. So it's just natural to want variety of images of yourself. But I don't take enough. So for me, AI is really helpful. And it'll be helpful for you. It will up your game in your LinkedIn post if you are able to create really good AI images, not bad ones. If you post bad ones, no, but good ones. Thank you. LinkedIn doesn't show the things you're sharing directly in the chat for the video live, and so you would definitely like to see it. Okay. Yeah, it's in the chat. I've actually pasted it on LinkedIn chat itself because I've got LinkedIn open, but you have to scroll through the comments to see it. But what I will probably do, it's my own fault. Don't know why I keep forgetting to tell my team, because basically my team would be tagging you. The only thing I can actually do is just towards the end of this, wait for me, let me do that, and then post it in the chat. And then once someone sees it, oh, it's there. So we'll sort that out. Okay. Now, the first thing I want to show you, so ask your questions. We're leading towards the end, okay? And there's a bit of a delay for some people. The last bit is comments. Yeah, I want to explain why comments are important. Now, if any of you are not posting yet, not posting consistently for me at this moment, unless your brand is pulling in the weight it needs to pull in, I believe you should post 5 times a week minimum. I don't think it's much, because we're not asking you to post multiple times a day. 1 post a day is sufficient. Now, some people will say that's just too much. I don't know what to tell you, because We're talking about one post a day. We're not talking about multiple posts a day. We're talking about one post a day. I don't recommend multiple posts. I think one post a day is sufficient. So we can talk about why I think that is the minimum, but anything less, I just think, especially when you're starting, I don't agree with. Okay, I don't agree with it. So the reason I say that to say this: if you have not yet, if you feel that you can't post 5 times a week, then you need to make sure your commenting game is on point. If you haven't even started posting, you're just reposting people's posts, so you're not posting yourself, your own post, then commenting is also important. And regardless if you are posting consistently like myself, comments are important as well. Oh, okay, man. So you have to go out to come in. Okay, cool. Okay, makes sense. Yeah. So LinkedIn has quietly changed something important. Comments now have impressions. So you know how your post shows you the amount of people that have seen your post, comments do that too. So even your own comments on your own post and comments on other people's posts has impressions. So you will know how many people have seen your post, and it also shows you the amount of people that likes. Right, that's always been there. So that means that LinkedIn is tracking how many people see your comment the same way it tracks your post. So your comments are not just replies anymore; they are content. I hate commenting for reach. Like I hate that. If just say something to the comment to the post. I don't understand. That's just the worst comment to make. Don't comment for it. I don't need your reach. Comment, and then naturally, as you comment, other people will see your post. So please, if you're doing commenting for reach, just say just say something else, right? So also great post, totally agree. Thanks for sharing. Yeah, this is if you're trying to grow intentionally on LinkedIn. If you're not and you're just a breezer, you're a browser, you're a scroller, continue. But if you know you want to create something intentional with LinkedIn, you want to start making impact, making money from LinkedIn, then you've got to do more than great posts. Totally agree. Thanks for sharing. So if you can't post 5 times a week, then you've got to no, you should be commenting regardless. But particularly for those that will tell me I can only do 3 times a week, then my girl, the days that you're not posting, you better be in those LinkedIn streets commenting more than great posts. Yeah. The reason why is that what's happening is that the LinkedIn's feed is becoming more what we call interest based, right? Not just based on your first, second, and third connection. So the algorithm is showing people content based on what they are likely to engage with. And that includes the comments underneath it. So if your idle clients are already in conversations on other posts, your comment can introduce you before you send a connection request. I've had multiple people, hundreds of people follow me from comments. Now I won't always know, but I've been told several times I saw you comment on so and so's post. Yeah. And they followed me from that. So when you comment on someone's post, their entire audience sees your name, your headline, your face. And if your comment is effective enough, if it's engaging enough, they will click through to your profile, and they may not always follow yet, but if they do follow, that is a potential client. If they do view your profile, depending on how you utilize LinkedIn, that can still be a conversation you could have. So the algorithm is watching. When you comment on someone's post, the algorithm starts showing you their content more and showing them yours as well. So you're literally training the algorithm to connect you to the right people. Yeah. So what we should really listen to is that when comments from people outside of someone's networks are worth more to the algorithm than comments in your inner circle. You're hearing that, right? So when you comment on the biggest creator's post, it has a disproportionate reach value. So you want to do that strategically. Right? You shouldn't just comment on big creators' posts. You should comment on your ideal customer profiles post, people that are similar to your ideal customer profile. Okay, people within your niche. So I know of people who have commented and gotten gigs from their comment, right? People have gotten gigs from their comment. I know someone who posted on a massive creative post consistently for the last 2 years, and then they were able to speak in that said person's community just by commenting. So people to argue how many comments you should give a day. I think see, the thing is about content, right? I'm not saying to you to produce content to burn you out. So if for some people 5 is a stretch, for some people 20 is a stretch. So I would say that you've got to remember that you're having real, genuine conversations with people. The same way I'm sitting here on live and interacting with you. Every single person, the 21 people right now, are real people. Some of you will be my next clients. Some of you will never be. Some of you, I don't know, I might be a client for you. Like, the point is, we're having real conversation and we're having real connections. So when you're commenting, it's not, oh, I've got a comment. It's actually, I'm having real conversation with people. If somebody I post for comments, right? I'm not posting in the air for no reason. I'm posting, I want people to save it, to value it, to return back to it, to come and have an engaging conversation with, because I've got a thought to be shared, right? Of course, ultimately, I'm trying to build business, but you want your post to generate comments for your people to engage and say, oh wow, what you did stopped me so much that I sat down, I stopped, and I wrote something. So you got to think about that. You're doing the exact same thing. When you see a potential client, I've got many people that post that I'm like, oh, I would love you to be my client. I can see that you might need my help. Before I'm messaging you in the DMs, and I will show up in the comments. I will give you free value in the comments. I will agree with you. You're building real relations. That person may never ever translate to a client, and it may do. Right? Obviously, I don't comment for the sake of it and for the hope of it. I comment strategically. But the point I'm making is that you're building different relations. I don't know if you're going to jump on a live, so I will message him. I said, I've got a person I'm going to do a live with probably the next couple of months, right? And the part of it was that he was commenting on my post, and then we've just been talking, and he helps people on LinkedIn as well. And I help people on LinkedIn, and he's like, he calls me big sis, I call me little bro, all from commenting on posts, and we're going to do a LinkedIn live together. So I would say, and you saw how I spoke to my my Claude, right? That's what I do. I use Whisper. I talk. I ain't got time to always be typing. So pick 5 to 10 accounts. Yeah. People whose audience of yours overlaps. Comment showing your perspective, give value, not just, oh wow, it's really good, amazing. Show your personality, think about it. Do you agree with it? If you don't, say it. There's a comment that I did. I'm going to show it to you guys, actually, what I did. I'm going to show you. So let me show you my screen again and show you examples of comments and the impressions that they've gotten. And some of the impressions that they have gotten, yeah, are more than some posts that I've even done myself. Yes. Yes, you said that, Keisha. You've had a comment that got over 20,000 impressions. 20,000 impressions. All right, because LinkedIn right now is doing a madness with impressions. I tell you that. Okay, so let me share screen so you can just see the power of commenting. And I'm going to tell you, somebody who never thought, who never did that. Okay, this is it. Look at this. This is a better post. Ooh, 600 pushed out. We'll build our own door. I don't know if I'll post it, but I like it though. I like it. I like it, but I'll probably think of something else. But do you see what I'm saying? You see what I'm showing you? So it created me a LinkedIn post, and it also created me a prompt. Okay. And that's what I teach people how to do to make things faster for you. So you can spend 2 hours creating your whole month's worth of posts rather than, oh my God, each post takes you an hour a day, an hour a day, an hour a day. Okay. So let me show you. So this post got 3,620 impressions, 42 likes. Yeah. And then this one also got 3,299 impressions. Yeah. And then I wrote, she sounds absolutely fantastic. Got 7 likes. Yeah, and she commented, and then she followed me. Yeah. So this is a short example of how commenting is so powerful, and then how me commenting about her, she then followed me. I've had a few of those as well. Like, I remember when I actually just did it one day. Literally, I did it for like half an hour. I probably commented on about 20 people's posts, and I can't explain to you the amount of connection requests that I started to get. And someone said, oh my god, I loved your comment on so and so's post. And I was like, oh my god, commenting works. Because I've been battling with comments. Like, I used to post and ghost because I get overwhelmed with social media sometimes. I post, and then the overstimulation. Yeah, I get so overstimulated, so I post and ghost myself. Right, I used to do that, and my friends would tell me you shouldn't do that. She said, no, I don't want to do that. Then when I started doing that, I said to her, well, girl, I'm a believer. I'm a believer. Ah, I'm a believer. Oh, sorry, like genuinely, I became a believer. I became a believer. I want to show you a post that I did today. Let me see if I can find it. A comment that I did today. Um, a comment that I did today. Yeah, I want to show you a comment that I did today. I don't know, just an example of sometimes you have to stake your foot in it and be like whether you agree with something or not. So yeah, I want to really show a post that I did today because I was a bit yeah, let me see so you can see it. Okay. 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 Let me share my screen. Melanie, I plead the fifth. I plead the fifth. I plead the fifth. Okay, so let me share quickly. So this lady, a great creator, she talked about the power of no, 7 types of rest you need, and I'm so sorry, and I'm so sorry, and I'm so sorry. She didn't create this. Do you know who created this? Dr. Sandra Dalton Smith created the 7 types of rest. The reason why I know this is because I have quoted her in my TEDx talk. Yeah, I've quoted her in a lot of the work that I've done on rest. Because when you write 7 types of rest, she is the author of this. I'm not saying that she came up with these individual rests, but she's the author of 7 types of rest. So she never quoted her. And sometimes, look, I'm not always about calling somebody out because, at the end of the day, who knows? But this 7 types of rest, I'm so sorry, and I'm so sorry, and I'm so sorry. Yeah, I'm so sorry. 7 types of rest. Yeah, developed by Dr. Sandra Dalton Smith. That's somebody's IP. I don't care if she flipped it into burnout. She didn't say 7 types of burnout. She didn't say that. She said 7 types. She said burnout. So I had to say it. I should have atted her. Maybe I should have said at Victoria. Right? She's a big creator, so she may not see this, right? So I said, this is a really important message and one most people need to hear more than once. The 7 types of rest framework is powerful. It was developed by Dr. Sandra Dalton Smith, and her work is what brought this language into the mainstream. She deserves to be credited here. We have to be intentional about naming Black women whose intellectual contributions shape the conversations we are all having. The idea does not just appear, someone built them. Yeah. Now, I'm not a messy creator. I don't do things to just go viral. So, yeah, tomorrow I could potentially write a post and say, a white woman not crediting a black woman. That's just not me. If someone did that, that's nothing wrong. I'm just not like that. So, I'm not going to use that as a post. But I wrote a comment there. Yeah, just to show you the power of commenting. I'm not saying that anyone followed me from that. I don't know. I'm just this one is just showing you how that is a way of you showing your opinion. I several times every single week somebody does a post on the top 20, top 50 creators to follow, right? And they're never black. They're never a black woman and they're never black. Yeah. So whenever I see that, I say just adding a little melanin, just melanin into this, and I tag a few black creators. That's again me showing my stance. So I don't just talk about black women because I think it's a good niche to do. No, 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 no. I'm all about it. So in the LinkedIn streets, when I see something, yeah, nicely, politely, that's just me. Somebody else might be a little bit more, give a bit more gra gra. That's not me. I will just stake. So if I'm talking about the fact that the algorithm is biased against black women, and we've got to learn a different way of using the algorithm, when I see a post that only showcases white people or non-black people, I will say, let me add a few people so you know Wagwan. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So that's what I mean about also commenting is a good way of showcasing your opinions and your thoughts, right? And I think someone said something really good. It will be really, 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 really good challenge if you could potentially comment 200 comments before you post. Imagine commenting regularly before you post, right? Imagine the traction, the people like literally commenting. Because it's a muscle. You read it in, you think about what you're going to say. And then your comments can become posts because when you are commenting, you are adding value. No audio, gra, yeah. The gra. It's like a Nigerian term, like giving it all of that, yeah. The gra. When you comment, right? Because to comment, you mean you got to think, right? You got to think about something to say. Unless you're just fully agreeing with it and you're not adding anything, right? If you're giving it, yeah, yes, Ngozi. When you're giving it something else, that is a post. So your comments are posting themselves. So the three things I want to show you guys today is how to use AI to begin to how to train AI in your voice, right? I chose Claude for a reason. So I would recommend you go into Claude. I'm not saying to leave ChatGPT, just about need to break up. You know what I mean? Just say, look, I got another side chick. It's like, yeah, me and ChatGPT on the break, man. Me deuces. I'll use it for images though. They're doing really well with the natural images and stuff like that. Then creating AI images, right? And then the power of commenting. Just wanted to really show you the power of commenting. Yeah. Told you I plead the fifth of that, man. No one can tell me nothing about anything. Do you know what I'm saying? All I know is I do some good comments, and that's all you gotta know. What you gotta know is that I write some brilliante comments, yeah. So any questions? So as I'm seeing if there's questions, people catching up, let me quickly create um the Google Doc so that I can just put a one-time link in there. This makes it much easier with all of the prompts. Yeah. So the first thing you want to do, because I know for many of you, you're not yet using, you have not yet started to use Claude or Claude Cowork. You're using the chat interface of Claude. You haven't downloaded it. Please download it. Okay. Okay, cool. And then I'm going to give you the prompts for the images. Yeah. So obviously the prompts are kind of a bit linked to myself. So you have to change if you've got, obviously, if you ain't got locks, whatever you're wearing, you're going to have to change that. Yeah, you're going to have to change that. But you can essentially get the essence from the prompts, which I think is really good. Any questions? Any questions? What is your biggest challenges in the areas that I've talked about? So whether it's the tool, the AI tool that you need to use, AI images, and commenting, and I can answer some of those questions, and then we can just do prompts for training Claude AI images. I'm gonna make this open anyone with link, and then I'm gonna give the link. Any questions? I already have my brand voice set up in Claude. Okay, are you using Claude Cowork, Keisha? Are you using Claude Cowork? Okay. If there are no questions, just see if there are questions, and there's a bit of a delay. So I'm posting it now. So I have to delete. I went right out of LinkedIn. I'm posting it now. So this is the Google Doc to the Claude prompts, and what's it? Claude prompts and what? What's the thing? And AI image prompts for Chat GPT. For Chat GPT. Yeah. So for those that will come in, then come back out, then you can go into it. Thank you, Nalisa. So I think the people that are talking about the biggest crap about AI is because of their privilege. I totally agree. I totally agree. I totally agree. Claude Cowork. So there's Claude Chat, there's Claude Cowork, and there's Claude Code. Claude Code are predominantly used for software developers. I use all two. I don't use Claude Chat. Claude Chat was what you all used to use, right? Chat versus ChatGPT. Claude Anthropic has geared their way towards software developers and designers. So they've got Claude Design now. So Claude Chat is like a chatbot, right? You can't really connect anything in there and create. Like you couldn't go in there and say, help me edit my Notion. Right, so I use Notion now, so I've got spreadsheets in Notion. You couldn't do that. Where Claude Cowork can scrape the internet with you, right? I can say go through I can link it with a thing called Apify and say scrape my most recent LinkedIn post and explain to me why this did really well or why this didn't do really well. You couldn't do that with Chat. You can do that with Claude Cowork. You can do that with Claude Code. But with Claude Code, you can create websites. So you can create actual software with Claude Code, right? No, it's Keisha. Have an amazing speaking engagement. Yeah. Hope that answers the question. Any more questions? If there isn't, I will jump off and bid you a good night. I've got a live I've got 2 more lives happening. So 1 live next week, 1 live the week after. Then there'll be a bit of a break, and then I will jump on for some lives as well. So again, let me know if those are interested in the Brand Magnetism Accelerator, the small intimate group of women who are ready to build their brand and to be visible. There's a cost attached, of course there is, but the cost of you being invisible is more, right? If you're not sure, speak to my current clients, my previous clients as well, and ask me questions. Right? Everyone's trying to sell you something, and some people have already paid, and oh, it just didn't work. I totally get that, right? We've all been burned, but sometimes we have to make investments because you don't want to make the same mistakes. Don't want to repeat. I've made a lot of mistakes, and I'm making them so that I can teach you what not to do. Okay. Thank you, Ife. Thank you, Ingozi. Catch you for. Thank you, LinkedIn user. I know somebody comes up as LinkedIn user. You're so welcome. You're so welcome. So I will love you and leave you. I will talk to some of you in the DMs, and I shall see you next week for the next live. Take care. Bye.